To make these in the hoop coasters, we are going to need some tearaway stabilizer, our 5x7 frame, and then you're going to need 2 pieces of fabric of the same colour for the back, 6x6 inches, and then one for the top, 6x6, and also enough batting to fill your 5x7 frame. I have these pre-cut sheets, so I'm just going to get one of my tearaway stabilizers out. I'm going to put the tearaway on first, then I'm going to get my batting and I'm going to put that on top of the tearaway. Then after that, I'm going to hoop. Whatever you are using for the top of your fabric, I generally like to fold it in half and then fold it in half again, just to find the center of that section. Then after I've done that, I open it out and I mark the center of my piece. Then I'm going to line it up and make sure it's pretty much central. You're going to line up these markings down here and the ones at the bottom and the top. So that's pretty much straight. I'm now going to use some masking tape. You're going to get some masking tape. You're going to put some on the top and some on the bottom. Just a little bit, just so it's holding it. Prepare your backing fabric by folding half, 1/4 of an inch, folding over again. Take that over to your sewing machine and stitch that into place. So I want to do some work in IQ Designer. I'm going to press IQ Designer and I want to bring in a square. So I'm going to go to the shapes, I'm going to press this square and I'm going to press OK. Now I want to change this size. So I'm going to press size and I'm going to press this button here all the way to 504. If you hold it on too long, it jumps a little bit. So here we go. So OK. I then want to change this stitch because this is currently on a satin stitch. I want to change that to a running stitch. I'm going to change this to red, press OK, and then I am going to press the bucket, change the colour, save. Then I'm going to press next. Then I'm going to press preview. Then I'm going to press memory. Then I'm going to set. And I'm going to press memory again. We're now in the embroidery section of the embroidery machine. So now this is saved to memory. I'm then going to go back and do another box. So I'm going to go and press the home key, go to IQ Designer, get my shape. I want another square. OK. Then I'm going to change the size. And this size we want to change to 4.94. There we go. I'm going to press OK. Then we're going to change the stitch to that running stitch. And I'm going to change this to, probably not pink, we'll do it to a bright green. Press OK. Fill that bucket up and press that line so it changes to green. Then I'm going to save. Then I'm going to pick next, preview, memory, set, OK, memory. There we go. So them two have now been saved into the embroidery machine. The next thing I want to do is make a fill for my pattern. So I'm going to select the pattern that I want, set, edit. I'm going to change the size of it. And this size is going to go down. Oh, I'm going to do this with stitch regulation. So you press this button here. OK. Take it down. And take that down to 3.21 right there. Press OK. I'm going to put that into memory. And I'm also going to take a stamp of this. So I'm going to press this button here. and put that. I'm going to open this up a bit. And slave this to memory. Okay. And then come back out of this. The next thing I want to do is put a fill into my coaster, my in the hoop coaster. So we're going to press IQ Designer. I'm going to get a shape. I want my square again. And I want to resize that square. So we're going to take it to the 504. There we go. Press OK. Then I don't want this to sew. So I am going to go over here and I'm going to press no sew. Press OK. Press the bucket. Press on that square. So now it won't sew. And I want a fill in it. So I am going to press this here. Oh, first thing I have to do actually is I'm going to come back into these shapes here and I'm going to bring my poinsettia in, press OK. Now this is the stamp of the poinsettia. So now what I want to do is put a fill in there. So I'm going to do that teal. I'm going to press this button. This opens up my fills. I'm going to select one. Quite like this one. This one's cute. Okay. And then pick a colour. Okay. And just select anywhere outside. Oh, we have to select on the bucket. Pick anything that is outside of the stamp because you don't want to fill the stamp in. Once you have done that, save. Save. Next. Then we can actually make these a little bit bigger. Set. Preview. Okay. Let's get that into memory. Memory. Set. This is why I do the double save. There we go. Then that is done. Now we're going to see if everything's all correct here. We're going to press on embroidery. We're going to press on the embroidery machine. We're going to press on the red one. I'm going to set. This was our tack down stitch. Then we're going to add. And we're going to go back to the embroidery machine. Then we're going to add the fill and set. And then we're going to go back in again, add. And then we're going to add the poinsettia, set. And then we're going to add and go back into the embroidery machine and we're going to add that, the final box that's going to sew everything into place and set. So that's all done. We're going to press embroidery and we're going to start sewing this out. I'm going to put the hoop into the machine. What I like to do is just hold the back here, this grey portion, and just push it in gently and push this down. I'm going to let it do the tack down stitch and the fill. So the first one is going to be the tack down stitch. This is just going to keep everything nicely into place. It'll do this pass twice. It's now going to do the full stitch. But it isn't going to do that centre portion where that poinsettia is. The next thing it'll want to do is the green leaves. Now we'll want to change the thread to a red thread. And now it's going to start to stitch out the petals. We're going to now change over to a golden colour to do the inside of that poinsettia. Don't cancel this out, but take the hoop completely off, but don't take anything out of the frame. You're going to use your masking tape again, and then you're going to place one of these over top of the other, and you're going to have about, I want to say about 1/2 inch overlap. Maybe an inch. It's going to be an inch overlap, but you want to make sure that you're still outside of this part here. This is very important. You're going to take your masking tape and you're going to put that completely over the top of that center portion. Don't worry, this comes off after the fact. And also you're going to want to tape down the top and tape down the bottom. Take back to your embroidery machine. Now this is the last portion with this square bit. Let that stitch out. Once again, this is going to go over a second time. That'll be the embroidery finish. You're going to take that out of the hoop. You're going to remove everything from the frame. Take off the masking tape. Now you're going to cut 1/4 inch around the coaster. If the paper bothers you, you can take it out. I'm just going to leave it in because it's all stitched over. It's going to take some time. And then you can just pull it right sides out through the back. I recommend pressing this flat. And this is the one that I did with a fill. This is the one I did without a fill. I think it looks 10 times better with the fill. Let me know what you think, and also don't forget to subscribe to watch more tutorials. Bye bye now.